Good evening, everybody. This is Sid Patrick. I am your host of Touching Eternity, the podcast, the event. Look at me all, whoo, get all fixed up. We just got finished a bunch of readings, and so I wanted to see if anybody's going to be on tonight and get prepared for tomorrow night. So let's see. Let's see if I got some people coming on here. And like, oh, okay, I got 2 for 2, so that's good. So maybe they will show up. All right, and we got the streaming on, and we got the recording on, so that's good. Okay, good. We got 2 people watching. Say hello. Hello, Deidre. How you doing? I see you're here, and now I'm seeing people. This is better than the other night. Sunday night I came on, only 2 people came on, but I couldn't see anything, so... Good. Glad you're here. We're going to practice a little bit tonight. So I'm getting prepared for tomorrow night. So y'all might get lucky and get a little reading. Anybody else in? I see Deidre's here. Is anybody else in here? If I get about 5 people, I'm going to do some readings for people. So let's see if we can get that number up. So while I'm waiting on people to log in, a couple of interesting things. So Trini's going to be in town the 14th through the 19th is what I believe she posted, and we are booked. If you want an appointment with her, you can reach her through her website. I'm also going to be seeing a few clients that weekend, but we got some events. So that's May. I said March on May. It's May. So May 16th, Friday night, we're doing a private home group session in Chalmette, and that's going to be from 6:30 p.m. till probably about 9:30 p.m. And then Saturday, May 17th, is the Mimosas, Mediums, Murders, and Mayhem bus tour. And hi, Crystal. And that's already selling good. We just posted it this week, and we've already sold, I think, 6 or 7 tickets thus far for the bus, and that was pretty good because I didn't do a whole lot of advertising other than on Facebook. So we've already sold 7 of the 20 seats, so they are moving pretty quick because, like I said, I just started putting it out there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be 2 pickups on the bus tour. One will be at Jason's Deli. That's on Veterans, 700 block of Veterans in the Wilshire Shopping Center. We'll do a pickup there, and then we're going to do a pickup at the Battlefield Bar on Paris Road in Chalmette. That'll be the 2 locations you can drive to. Please drive to the one that's closest to your home. And then we will start the tour at that point. And on the way from Metairie to Chalmette, we'll be doing some of the mini readings to get some of the people done. And then from there, we will go on the bus tour, and then when we come back, or during the tour, we will finish some more readings until everybody gets a small mini reading. And we're going to go on this Murders and Mayhem tour. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we've already sold, I think, 6 or 7 tickets already, and I just posted this Saturday or Sunday, so I really didn't expect a lot to sell, so I got it really out there. But it's already selling. It's only 20 seats available, so if you're interested, this is the time. It's unlimited mimosas. Come get a mini reading and join us in enjoying the history and the stories that we're going to tell on this bus tour. So it's going to be quite interesting. A couple more tonight. My plan is to do some tarot questions for you guys. So the more if I get 5 people to say hello to me on the board, I'm going to get started. I see we have 3 people in the room. I see 2 names, so I'm going to need at least 5 to get started. Oh, 1 person dropped. So I just got my 2. But anyway, Chris, it sounds like it is going to be a lot of fun. It's the first time we're doing it. It's the first time we're actually doing a bus tour. And I've got another event coming this fall that I think people are going to absolutely love. Working with Misty Gaither and Dina Lally, we're going to be doing, there's also a haunted bayou tour that's done on a boat, a big platoon boat that holds like 30 people that we'll be doing this fall, right around Halloween time. So we're going to plan that event around Halloween where we're going to actually go on the water and go out in this big platoon boat, and we're going to do readings and do stuff like that on the boat and do a bayou tour as well. So that's coming up too. And that'll be with alcohol and well, I'll say refreshments. I won't be drinking. I'll be working, but you guys can have fun. I'll be working. So again, once we hit 5 people logged in, I'm going to do some tarot readings tonight. Well, Crystal, you didn't really miss it. If you do the bus tour, the graveyard is a stop that we make. That is one of the main stops on this bus tour. It is like the main stop on the bus tour. So basically, we're going to go to Chalmette Battlefield. There's a lot of history there. We're going to talk about a lot of the businesses along that roadway up St. Bernard Highway. We're going to go through and check out a couple other. You really can't get out of the bus. The only places you're going to get out of the bus will be probably, you can get out at the battlefield. You can get out at the cemetery that we go to in the church. You can also get out at the bar we stop at, because we're going to do a ghost hunt inside of the bar as part of the tour, because there is a murder there, and we're going to see if people can identify the murder, and we're going to see if they can get it. We're going to teach them a little bit how to sense it and see if they can tell where the murder took place inside this bar, and if they can feel anything about the murder. And then we will talk about it, a little bit about the murder after that, and then that's when the tour will end after that. That's the last piece of the tour. So that's going to be on Saturday the 17th. And that's going to be from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So the bus will pick up at 2 p.m. at Jason's Deli. About 2:20, 2:30, we should be at the battlefield picking up people. And then we're going to immediately to Chalmette Battlefield. I figure we'll be there till about 3 o'clock, 3:15. Then we're going to head down the road towards the graveyard, and we're going to pass a lot of other, and talk about a lot of other haunted and murderous and mayhem that happened in Chalmette going through that area, and some horrific events that happened also as well in that area. So, and then, so we should be back. Oh, I got 5. So, okay, since I got 5 of you watching, and that's what I was waiting for. Anyway, so the bus tour is going to be the 17th from 2 to 5 p.m. You can easily sign up for that on my website, sid-patrick.com. There's only 20 seats available. I have not even really promoted it a lot, and I've already sold, I think they sold 7 as of yesterday. I don't know if any more sold today. So 7 seats are already taken of the 20. It is in the bus that we looked at, did have a stripper pole for those of you who want to practice. So let's have some fun, you know? All right, folks. So tomorrow night, my plan is to do some readings online with you guys, okay? So I'm going to practice it a little bit tonight. If any of y'all have a question for me, a question that can be answered about, if you have a question you want to ask for me to pull some tarot cards, you can ask those questions now, but you have to post a question, and then I'm going to pull a card, and we're going to answer it. And we're going to talk about it with the pull of a card. So again, this is a time, if you have a question you would like to ask the cards, you can type it up there, and I will get more than one pops up. I will get to as many as I can before it gets too late. But you have to type a question, and I will answer it with the cards. Something about your life. Anything you want to know about. You can give me a word or a couple of words, something you want to know. If you want to know about career, love, relationships, a family member, friend, health, anything that you want to know about. And I will pull a card for you, and I'm going to read it for you. And talk to you a little bit about it and give you some information. You don't have to respond. You just have to put the question, and I'm going to say what the cards say. So, Crystal, you want to know about career. So let me talk about Crystal, and she wants me to pull a card for her career. So, Crystal, let's see. Okay, I pulled Temperance. So what Temperance makes me feel when I see Temperance, Crystal, I really feel that there's something happening for you that you need to have patience about, that you're trying to move forward in your career, and you're trying to make some changes or do some things to move forward. But it's telling you to be patient, that it's all going to flow together for you. Don't let things get too scattered with work. Just keep on, just stay patient and allow the universe to work for you, and just keep things in order. and just let life flow for you, and those changes are going to happen for you. Balance will come, things will happen, and that's what temperance means for me. And Crystal, that was for you. So Deidre wants to know if Stephen is, we really work hard. So I want him to have fun. If his nose work journey. So let's see, Deidre. I don't know. Let me pull a card. Let me pull a card for him. Okay, you're welcome, Crystal. The card I got for him is the Magician. So I do think that right now this means someone's working hard at creating what they need. That says they got everything they need to succeed. But the main focus for Stefan is to stay on track and stay focused, and it will all come together. If Stefan does this correctly, things for him will work out tremendously, but he has to stay focused, and it's about using all his tools. Don't get too self-wrapped up in himself or his journey. Understand that there's many pieces to it, and as long as he uses the elements to get him to where he wants to be, that his journey will work perfectly for him, and he'll become a master at it, because the Magician straight up is a master card. Okay, so I'm going to say that for you. Okay, Deidre, hope that answered your question. So anybody else have any questions? I'll pull a card for you. I see I got 6 people watching. Come on, guys. How y'all get a free question from the side gang? Tomorrow night you can have plenty, because I'm going to be doing that for a while tomorrow night. But you have to type a question. And oh yes, I was trying to think there's a way you could do it anonymous, because I don't mind doing anonymous readings if you don't want me to hear, but your name will pop up. And I don't know if everybody else can see the names that pop up on Facebook, so I don't know if the question would be private or not. But you're welcome to ask like a section, or you can ask a specific question, or you can just want to know something about something, and I will definitely give you what the cards are saying for you at this moment. And I'm going to go ahead and break those readings. I got 9 people. Come on, people, type me a question, and I'll pull a card for y'all and give y'all some answers. Ooh, somebody's going through something legal. Cayenne Pepper, you're the first one who told me it didn't work. Hope, you're the first one. I don't know what you did wrong. I don't know what's next. An eviction letter? Hey, Heather. So I don't know what would tell you to work, because I just had somebody who told me they didn't believe it would work because there was no way this person was moving, and they did. Actually, somebody died forcing them to move. That's a true story. So one of my clients had asked me, like, what could they do, because they were living next door to this house. They had a lot of drugs next door to it, and so they just wanted the drug people to move. And lo and behold, after she did, within 2 weeks, one of the main characters of that household passed away, and now the other drug heads had to move. So it cleared the house. So you're the first one. Hope you're the first person that told me it didn't work. That's funny. Okay, Heather's asking me a question. Hey, Heather, should I follow what people have said and explore my psychic abilities? Let me see, Heather. I'm going to shuffle these a little bit, and I'm going to pull a card just for you, and then we're going to talk about it. Okay. I think this one's for you. King of Cups. So what that tells me, too, is, so King of Cups is a master. So it tells me that, yes, you should master your gifts, but what it also tells me, too, is that you have to be careful with your emotions as you get involved in this. Keep your emotional side in check, because master that. I really feel that you're very clairsentient, which means that you feel things. I feel that you feel things because the cups is the sign, is the clairsentient sign. So I kind of feel that that's about feelings, and so I kind of think that you'll be very clairsentient. So I would say look at that, and you will be someone who feels things. You'll be able to sense things by feeling. That'll probably be one of your strongest gifts. Not that you won't be great in them all, but that's the one I would go with. But you got the King of Cups. It means you will master it and can master it. So I would tell you, yes, you probably should explore that. And so if you want to email me personally, if you want some references, I can give you some references. Other than I'll give you myself plus other stuff if because I do teach some, but I'll give you other. I believe in learning from everybody. That's just who I am. Whoever you feel you're drawn to, that's who you should go learn from. So I'm not one of these people that says you should only read. You should only let me teach you. No, I don't. I believe you should go get the education you want to get. All right, Heather. Okay, okay. I'm seeing you in July. Okay, coming to New Orleans, or am I going somewhere? At this point, guys, I don't know. I'm traveling so much right now, I can't keep up. We're going to St. Joe, Missouri this weekend. Next weekend, I'm on a cruise ship, to get away. Then I come back, and it's just like one thing after. Oh, the Haunted Hotel. Yes, that's in July. You have to remind me, Heather. Yes, we'll be doing a seance that night. So we'll be doing a seance and a gallery, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what the plan is. So I'll be doing the motions of a live seance, and we'll see what we gather. I'll teach you guys how to raise a vibrational energy to create some visual phenomena. You're not going to get that spiritual like you would in a physical, but you never know. Things happen. We've had something happen at almost every one we've done. Different things, either with lights or with colors, with fog, with something we call the matrix will form sometimes if the energy gets high enough, and that's these you'll see in total darkness. You'll see lights forming on the ceiling, so that's kind of cool. And you're like, where do those lights come from? Well, they're there. Anyway, so any other questions for me? Anybody else have a question that they want to ask? I want to know something about a topic they want to know about, because this is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. I'll be doing this, and I might even do a little bit of mediumship, but I want to do some card pulls because they're not as taxing on my brain. I can give you more of them. Yeah, I had the Haunted Hotel I'm excited about. So let me tell y'all a funny story about the Haunted Hotel. So I went last year. Let's see, 4 of us in the chat were at the event last summer. So much fun. Yes, it was a lot of fun. So let me tell you guys about my experience. So last year I went. I was there last summer, and it was a lot of fun. And when I got there, I don't know if any of y'all know this, but when we got there, I kept telling my husband, I kept telling Magni, something like, I feel like I've been here before. Like, I feel like this is like a weird feeling. And he looked at me, he goes, you stupid ass. You've been here before. You did one of the initial investigation. He starts pulling up on Facebook from like 8 to 10 years ago. Look, there's you in the courtyard. You're standing in right now. It's no wonder it feels familiar. I thought I was having some kind of spiritual moment the whole time. The whole time I had been there before. I'm getting dementia, guys. I'm getting old. I didn't even remember that it was the tour we did like back in 2014, 15. Or maybe somewhere around, maybe 15 to 16. It was somewhere around that. It was very early in the center's building that we had gone there, and Magna had pulled it up online, and Kalila Smith and I had done a investigation there. We took a class there to sense that hotel, and that's when we felt the Axeman story. We don't know exactly that it was the Axeman, but what we felt, there was someone we felt more than one person felt that someone was hiding there, and it was someone that had committed a lot of murders from a long time ago. And I didn't even know who the Axeman was at that point. Like, really, back then I had to be told who it was. So I mean, so this was all coming out, and I could show you the exact location where like they stayed, and where there was where we felt sensed like a murder happened or something really bad happened. And it was really a weird sensation that we were feeling. And then that's why we truly believe that we know someone had stayed there, had been there stayed there an extended time, and had murdered people. And it was all about that timing of the Axeman who killed all the Italian women and people with his axe. So that was kind of cool. And then, like I said, I go back last year and I didn't even remember being there. Because guys, I gotta realize I do this work so much that I am traveling so much and seeing so many things and involved in so many different projects that I can barely remember one to the other. So I guess that's just the beast of this business, if you do that many of them. So if anybody has any more questions, I will answer them with tarot cards. So if you put up a question, you love hearing my stories. Oh, thank you. Some people get tired of hearing them, but thank you, because I love people who love hearing my stories. I am going to be putting them. So let me tell you a little bit about that. So Touching Eternity, the name of the podcast, is not just the podcast. I do an event every year called Touching Eternity, which is in June this year in Orlando. We're doing really okay. We're doing good, not the best, but because of the economy and stuff, we're doing good as expected with ticket sales for that. And if we dream of loved ones that passed, is it a visit? Absolutely, because dreams are energy. So yes. So the answer to that question is yes. I just saw that come across from Julia. So also, Touching Eternity is that event. Touching Eternity is the name of my podcast, but Touching Eternity is also a book, and it's a book that I'm writing, and it's pretty much it's pretty much a really cool story. It's got a good storyline. It's all about a medium who it's pretty much the stories in it will be from my life, but the story is not my life because I don't want to tell you the kicker in it, but the story is about my life, and it's about an interview that I went on with Misty Gaither, and so she's in it, but it's about something that transpires through the whole interview, and the whole interview just covers the many stories that I've had and dealt with, and the different things both in the psychic world, the paranormal world, and the mediumship, because I've seen things in all of those different worlds. To now that the paranormal world is very normal to me, it's like, it's just another energy. So I am going to be putting out a book, and I'm being interviewed by Misty's character, which she's done with me, and I'm going through the story of my life, talking about how I became a psychic, what was my abilities getting into that, and what took me down that road and into the horrific death of my mother, and then into what took me on my journey into mediumship, and all the wonderful many miracles that I've experienced. And it's going to be a book that covers that interview with Misty's character, and me remembering all the miracles that happened. So I don't want to tell you the ending, because the ending is really cool, but it's all the stories are real, but the all the inner stories are real, but the outer story is fiction. So it's based on true facts of things that really happened and things that I really witnessed, but the storyline itself is going to be not truth at this point anyway. So it's called Touching Eternity, and it's going to be the book, and that's actually what I'm going to name it: Touching Eternity, the book. And so, because it's the podcast, the book, and the event, so we have Touching Eternity has all those wonderful things. So that's what I'm waiting to finish. It's going to be a lot, because like I said, this covers my whole life. And my life, I see miracles every day of my life, and I can't get them all into a book, but I'm trying to pick the key ones that were the most eye-opening and the most miraculous. Because I truly believe that if you put that love in your heart and you start walking that spiritual path, you will see miracles every day. I see a miracle every day, whether it's seeing something out the corner of my eye, moving or walking that isn't there, to things actually physically making moves right in front of my face. So I see that kind of stuff every day. I've had apportations happen around me where things fell in. Apport is the opposite of deport. Deport, which we should all be familiar with because of what's going on in America, but so it's getting things out. Well, apport is getting things in. So I got to experience some of my own apportations and witnessed by other people. So these stories are validated through other people who were there with me when these things happened. So again, I go way back into like the molding of how I got into all of this, and how it turned from something paranormal to something very normal in my life, and how just understanding it and learning about how it truly works, how the energy truly works, really, really, really makes it. If anybody has a question, I got the cards out. Type a question, I'll answer it with the cards. I just see some new people signed in. So again, oh yeah, I just came on. See, I didn't miss much. I've been on since about 5 or 10 after 8. And I started getting waiting for the room to fill up because I was doing some readings with tarot cards. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. As long as people keep asking questions, I'll keep going. I talked about the bus tour that I couldn't believe already sold me. When will I meet my soulmate? Okay, let's see. Soulmates aren't always the one you want to stay with, because sometimes soulmates are lesson makers. So it depends what lessons you got to learn. I'm just saying. So you can have more than one soulmate in a lifetime. Sometimes soulmates bring out things in us that we want. So when will I meet my soulmate? Let me pull a card for you. I want this one right here. And it is the Four of Wands. So looking at this, I think that a lot of this is what I'm saying. I think your soulmate is going to come when you energetically bond with someone that you can actually physically live with. I think that what I'm sensing is that when you meet people, it's like you want to meet them, but you don't ever want to make that commitment. And so I think you're waiting for the one that you're going to make that commitment with. So I want to make sure that you're ready for that before you do it. So, Julia, what is the month and date of your birthday? Just the month and day. I just need the month and a day. Look at her. Oh boy, maybe never. You may have already met him and then you kicked them out, because sometimes your soulmates are there to teach you soul lessons. So really, and people don't realize that. So everybody else, like, when am I going to meet my twin flame? When am I going to meet, my soulmate? Or when I'm going to meet. So when you say June 17th, so that's 6/17 is 20 years old. You're on a 5/9. You're going through a lot of change this year. So I kind of don't think you're going to meet them this year. You'll be in a 6/1 next year. You probably will meet them next year. So I would focus on cleansing your area right now, and what I mean by cleansing is getting things in order, getting your life in order, getting your emotions in order, doing any kind of therapies you need to do. But it tells me that you're going to you'll be in a 6/1 life cycle next year. That's about relationships and marriage, and that's new ones. So that's good. That's actually a good thing. So don't stress on it. I mean, work on it. And I think you're looking for somebody that you want to create a home with, somebody you want to create a family with. That's what you're looking for. And somebody who's going to be creative and festive and take you to do things. That's what this looks like. So that's what I would pay attention to. So again, soulmates can be a blessing, and like I am with my soulmate, but I've been with a couple of soulmates. I had to learn a few bad lessons first. I'm with my soulmate now. The person I'm with now is let me tell you how miraculous my relationship is in the one that I am in now. So when we met, I was with an astrologer was working with. She did my chart and his chart and put them together. So, and then when you look at my chart is identical to Madame Blavatsky's star chart. If you know who Madame Blavatsky is, Madame Blavatsky was the like one of the head people in New Age. She kind of created a lot of the New Age stuff. She's one of the pioneers. If you look her up, she was one of the pioneers of New Age. Well, just so happens, and I didn't know this. This is after I'm already married to this dude. Okay, so I learned this, that I have that, and then I also learned that when we did my DNA for this one astrologer had you do her DNA. And the DNA that we sent said that I'm from the village that Madame Blavatsky was from, which is even more crazy. So this psychic's trying to make me, this astrologer psychic's trying to tell me that I'm a reincarnation of Madame Blavatsky. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, but it's really weird though, because my DNA came back from the same area of the world where she was raised, and not only that. She married a Norwegian much younger than her. I am married to a Norwegian much younger than me. So our stories of life almost coincide, but in a different time. So it's even more crazy. So it's even more crazy. And so that was pretty wild for me to see that in star charts. And what I find really funny about my star chart is that my north node is in the planet Uranus. So yeah, so what they call the North Node is the finger of God. So the finger of God is in my Uranus. I'm just saying, but that's true. That's in my star chart. It's also in Madame Blavatsky's star chart. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of interesting when she told me I like to hit the floor in laughter. But anyway, so yeah, it's true. My North Node, which is like they call it the finger of God, is right in my planet, in the planet of Uranus. So that's kind of really, really funny. But anyway, so there you go. So she did that for me. And then she did something called astrological mediumship, which I also found was, I don't see many astrologers do this, but it is a very interesting piece. And I wish I could find other people who were into this. Okay, I'm gonna look at that house. I'm gonna look for you in a house. Just saying, let me finish the story. So real quick. So she did this thing called astrological mediumship, where she took my birth chart and she took my mother's death chart and crossed them. And when you cross them, it shows a lot about my mother and my relationship and in how she died, her purpose of her death for me. And it was really cool. So it really helped me a lot with my grieving and my pattern. So let's look at Celeste. Let's look at your house. So I'm looking for a house. I am looking to see, what about you buying a house this year? All right, let's pull a card for you. Okay, I think I see the one I want, this one. So what this says is, stop being negative about buying it. Turn around, there's the positive right there. It says you to get the house moving forward, okay, you gotta make some change. You gotta turn around and make some changes, and then the house can happen this year. But there's got to be, like, I don't know if it's something you have to redo with finances, maybe there's something you may have to do with a contract, but there's something that has to be fixed and or done. Don't get caught up into the gaming of buying it. Really look for what's best for you, and then you'll find the home that you need this year. And it's right behind you. It's over here. Look at the cups that are full. That's what I want you to focus on. All right. And Hope wants to know, court is coming up regarding kids' school next year. Do I argue it for my kid because that's what he wants or not, or avoid extended drama with his dad, possibly of losing time and energy involved? Well, let's see. Hope, let's see what I get for you. What should you do? Let's pull a card for Hope. I think this one looks good. The Empress says, nurture it. Your child's education is very, very important. Your child's education, it's not what the kid wants, it's what's best for the kid. And so it wants you to nurture the situation. And if that means you have to fight against the dad, then fight with the dad. But look for what's going to be the best educational choice for your child. And that's what you should go for. And if the dad doesn't agree with providing the proper education for the child, what the child needs to advance their life, then I would go to court with it and give up time. But I think that there might be some compromise that could be done. You know, you have to find out what the kids' goals are, and then you and your ex need to sit down and say, look, what do we need? Look, let's be realistic with this. I want them to succeed. We want them to do what's right. So let's negotiate. Let's look at what schools. We'll pick 3 schools that would give them what they need, or 2 schools that give them what they need, and that's where they need to go. It's not about what the kid wants or what you want or what the dad. It's what with the kid's ability to move forward. You know what I'm saying? If it's that's what might have to happen, and then we got to look at it all the way around. And I say, try to work with it. It just says nurture the situation, but just do what's best. Like so an example, there's two schools, and you know that one school the kids, if you force the kid to go to, he or she's not gonna do any good because they're aggravated and they're being bullied, or if they're being, they just don't want to go, so they're being abstinent, whatever emotion there is causing that, then that might not be the best school to send them. So you got to give them some choices and really dig into what they want to do with their life, because they're only going to do something that they enjoy or they like. So they have to make some life choices. You can guide them, but if you put them in a situation they don't like, they won't nurture it. So I want that to be how you make your decision. I kind of think that I think y'all will come to an agreement, but I think there's going to have to be a lot of given and taken by the Empress being pulled. Okay? You split between two right now. You know what? I tell him, look, they're both good. Put them in a hat and pull. I mean, do so. Take the stress away. And just let it happen. I mean, whatever's going to be, and then look at what it's going to take for both of you two as parents to deal with. Is it near one of y'all's houses versus the other one? Who's going to be the one responsible for getting them? How do you get to and from? All that kind of stuff should be put in there. But again, if it's just two and y'all both okay, kinda, but you might prefer one over the other, don't fight over it. Just throw it in a hat and pull. Really, it's not worth fighting over. Good. My cups be full. Good. So, reply to CLS and Big K contract and the card. So, if anybody... Okay, so you don't have a question. You're replying to someone. Okay. So, anyway, if y'all have a question, type it. I'll answer it. Tonight is answering questions. That's what tomorrow night's going to be, too. So, that's why I'm coming on tonight, to show you a little bit about what I'm going to do tomorrow night. I may do some media, but a lot of it's going to be the tarot. So, people will write up questions and I will answer for them. And this is just to make a show out of it, and so y'all can look at it, and this way it's not going to cost you anything to get a question answered. So you can definitely think of some questions, sign in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and we're going to do some questions and answers. And then I'm going to also have some of the people that learn tarot with me to look at them too. Sylvia, do you see me buying a house? That's a popular question. That is a popular question, Sylvia, tonight. You're the second one to ask that question. So let's see, Sylvia. Do the cards see you buying a house? Let's find Sylvia a house. I think this card right here. So, Sylvia, what this says here, I think you will, but don't stress over it, because it looks like that it can fall right into your lap. This is a card of success, but it's success with fight. So it means you win, but it's a battle. So you might have to go through like different... I know you got your first one. I've been to your house. So what I'm saying to you, want this new one. I think there's going to be, you're probably, tell me you don't want to build, right? Because I hope that ain't it, because if it is, it's going to be real stressful for you. Hopefully you find something you like and you're not trying to build, because I know you too, Sylvia. You like things like me a certain way. So we kind of like to remodel and renovate and build. So, but I would suggest, if you find something that you really want to buy, try to find something that is not going to make you put a whole lot of work, because that's what this is about. It says, yeah, you're going to do it, but it's a lot of work for you. So make sure that you have the time, the money, and the patience, and that you get things like you need to. And this is, my friend Muriel. Hey, Muriel, how you doing, love? Do you see me making Hawaii my home after my contract ends? Let's see here. Oh, I pulled this one again. So here's the thing. It says here that, okay, so when I look at this, it says you need this, so do what this says is do the best choice for yourself. Don't always think things are down. Sometimes we don't see things clearly. We need to step back and look at the whole picture. Okay, you're welcome, Sylvia. So with the thing I say, yes, see if you can turn around and see the positivity of being there, and you can find things to sustain there, then I would say yes, that is a good move for you. But if not, don't be upset about having to make a change, because with this card, recognizing that you can change, that you can deal with change, brings new opportunity. So you might even go to a place better than Hawaii. Just think if you get a contract in Japan, just saying, or a nice, great country. You don't box yourself in right now is what I'm seeing for you, Muriel. Kind of let your options be open. how, you know, if you really think you want to stay in Hawaii, start working in that direction. And if it happens, great. But if something takes you somewhere else, wait till after your contract ends and you already, you know, see where your next, you know, what you're going to be doing next. See if you want to stay there or possibly take something somewhere else. It might be something better than Hawaii, like Japan. I keep seeing you overseas, like further. So I don't know what that's about, but pay attention to that. Just don't let the negativity of not getting it, you know, just like you want it right off the bat. Okay. And the next question was, okay, so Jamie, when it comes time for us to move, shall I sell or rent out my house? Not sure if we should keep it in the family or not. So let's see, Jamie. Let's look at that question. Okay, I see this card for you. I pulled these cards. I'm pulling the same card. So this is the house card. So, so what I see is that. So let me get the whole question right. So when you come to I sell, I think that you're going to look at possibly looking at getting a new place. So this is all about new home, new celebration, new environment. So that's what I would recommend. Now, should you rent it out? Honestly, with the economy the way it is right now, it just depends on the affordability, because if you don't sell your house, then if you have two houses, rent houses can cost you a lot of money. So it just depends on, you might do, I would look at how much money I'm going to make from selling it versus renting it, and then think about all the headache I won't have if I sell it. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. So that's the rationale you need to make, but you are going to move to a new house. Jamie, I will tell you that. All right. So don't forget, tomorrow y'all get those questions together. You're welcome, Jamie. So tomorrow night I'm going to be here doing this again. She said, my ex is living in my house. Does he buy me out or do we sell it? So let's see. Let's see. I want to stop here. So, what this tells me, this is all about business dealing. So I think you should sell it, but I think you're going to have a little pushback, but I think you should sell it. But what this tells me, this says you might get a little pushback, but I think that, I think you need to sell it. I don't think if he buys you out, he's going to try to negotiate you down lower than what it's worth, is what I'm feeling. So unless you can really get him to pay the value to you, I would say sell it. And if he wants to buy you out, then make sure it's at the right value, not what you paid for it, but what it's worth. Because selling it, you could step away and he can go buy himself something to live in. Just saying. That way you get rid of, when you sell it, you get rid of the connection. You get rid of the energy. You get rid of it. You get rid of that. Because it's not so much that it's not so much whether you rent it, but he's buying you out or you're selling it. It's that just to have him in the house that y'all lived in, and he buys you out and he's your ex, that all those memories are still there. It's hard to move on. It's hard to, you can move on, but then, it's always that, I say sell it, get rid of the emotions that go along with it. And that card that I pulled was all about partnerships and understanding who your partner is and dealing with that as well. So that's what that card was that I pulled for you. So no problem. And again, right now the market's not really a seller's market, but I would try to sell it first. I know my house has been for sale since last year, and haven't even really gotten any good looks at it, but I'm asking a lot of money for it. I'm asking on the high end of it, because when I'm ready to move, when I have to make a move, I'm going to drop the price and hit it with a bond for deed, and I'll sell it quick. And I'm going to be at an interest rate lower than the bank. So it's just learning how to sell stuff. Anyway, I'm here for you guys. If y'all have any questions that you want to ask, print them up on the screen and I will answer them for you. Just check. There's two places where I have comments coming up, and one is sometimes a repeat, but sometimes if somebody throws in something from YouTube, it comes on the other screen, not this screen. So that's why I kind of watch over to the other screen, because I had one pop up earlier from on the other side. But anyway, so I'm here to answer your questions tonight. If you have any, I will pull a card for you and we'll see what it says. We'll look. It's really weird though that all 78 cards, I'm getting the same things. Hey Kayla, how you doing, love? Good evening to you too, sweetheart. So again, okay, if I get a new job offer, should I take it for more money? Well, I need a card for that. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see what it says. Maybe it'll say no, but that sounds like a good deal to me. But let's see. Let's see what the cards say, Julia, just for you. I'm going to pull this one. So right now, I'm worried about money crunch. I think that the only way I would take a new job right now, pulling this card, is if I was guaranteed work. Because with times changing, if times change too much, money's going to tighten. And I don't want you to leave a company that you're comfortable with, go to a new company, and then they pull the rug out because you're the last hire. So I would definitely, my house is almost $400,000 too. So I get that. That's why I'm trying to sell mine. But mine don't have extra lots. I knew he did. I knew he didn't want to pay you for that. I knew that by the card I pulled. But Julia, for your current job, I would kind of probably stay there unless I really get a guaranteed something with more money. It would have to be something that it would have to be some kind of contract where they couldn't get rid of me for a while, because with everything changing so much and the economy changing day to day right now, one day it's up, one day it's down, one day it's across the board, one day it's back. It's just going crazy right now. So if I was in a comfortable position making a decent amount of money, I probably wouldn't leave it right now because of the insecurity in the economy. Because if something happens to the company economically, they will usually terminate the last people hired. So I say stay where you are if you're enjoying it. Let some of this get past, So that's my advice, Julia, for you by the card that I pulled. No problem, sweetheart. All right. So a lot of people, again, you're welcome, my baby. A lot of people freak out about tarot cards, and they freak out about readings and stuff, and they're like, that's so not right, and that's so. But people don't realize that they're afraid of tarot. But the tarot is nothing but life. There really is no death in the tarot cards. If somebody sees death, it's not coming from the tarot cards, because there is no death. There's transition. There's no death. The death card in tarot does not mean death. It means drastic change or slow, malignant change. Doesn't mean death. So I always tell people, when we know tarot is all about, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's life. So if you tell me you're afraid of the tarot, you're telling me you're afraid of living. And what I also tell people is what the tarot can help you with. It doesn't have to make up your mind about something, but it gives you a focus. Cool, you have several decks. I only use one deck. I've only ever used, all 50 years I've been reading cards, I only use one deck. But that's just my choice because that's how I read. But other people love different decks, different things. I'm so accurate in use with my cards that's why I stay with them, because if I switch, then I'm changing my sensation, or I'm changing my storyline. That's how I look at it, because I've studied these for so long, and my spirit team knows exactly what to throw out in cards for me to say something. Like, they know exactly what each card means to me. People say, well, don't each card have a meaning? They have a basic meaning, but the meaning of the cards is a blend of the card, what you think, and the sitter. So it's a blend of the three. And you pull that energy in and you sit with it for a second, or however long it takes you to get the picture of the vision, and then you let the story unfold. That's how you truly read tarot. Anybody that sits there and reads card by card and looks up in a book, they're going to be confused because many of the cards have a lot of the same meanings. And which one of those meanings is it? So I tell people, learn your cards and understand that you have your card. When you're reading a deck of cards, the cards in the deck should have every situation in life available. For me, there's every situation in life is in these cards. From contracts to issues to love to friends to journeys to travel to addiction to non-addiction to celebrating life to babies being born. Everything is in these cards. Everything can come out in these cards. Okay, the new question. I inherited over 140 acres of swamp. Me too. I have swampland as well that they don't let us do anything. But do you see making good money on leases? Well, they found one of those rare birds on my swampland, so we can't sell it. It's right by the airport. We own a bunch of land by the airport, and it's all swampland. All right, let's see, Celeste. CLS. Miss Alfonso. That's what I'm start calling you. So I say when looking at this, I say look at making money with it, because the Page of Pentacles is all about new money, new ideas, new ways that you can create to stream money from it. So I don't know if I would sell it, but I definitely would maybe look at it as possibly making money with it. So definitely look at that, okay? And maybe do something to bring in an income with it, because this is new money. So I say yes, the Page of Pentacles is all about new money, unless you're pregnant, but I don't think you're pregnant. I think that's more about new money coming in. And so that's what I say it is. And so I would say, use that to bring in new money, because that's what the Page of Pentacles is all about. New money, unfamiliar territory, something different that brings in financial gain for you. So I say yes. I say do. You will make some money, but you have to get creative in making that happen. It isn't just going to happen on its own. You have to maybe go do something to the land, or do something to it, make it marketable. Hannah, oh hi Hannah, I haven't heard from you in a while. Good seeing you, sweetheart. I'm planning on getting my master's and wanting to start the program in the fall. Do we think this will happen in August? Let's see what the cards say, Hannah. I keep pulling this card. I say yes. I say yes, Hannah, because this is new adventure. This is a new home. This is a new way of life. This is new celebration for you. So I say take this time over this summer time to celebrate, and then set things up to move forward into that. And I see celebration around it. So very good. So I say yes. Oh, so anyway, yeah, about reading cards, they all have a meaning, but they have to have you, when you're reading someone, you have to cover every piece of life. You have to be able to talk about court. You have to be able to talk about documents, signing papers, living wills. You got to be able to talk about divorce, marriage, love, relation. All of that's in here. Children, issues with family, when family might not like somebody you're dating, or maybe they do like them, or you got to talk about health and wellness and those things. It's all in here. It's all in here. And people are like, really? Yeah. It's all about life. It is nothing scary, because imagine, what is one of the worst things a psychic will tell you? Maybe we see you getting sick. Like maybe I see you maybe I see cancer around you. And I'm going to tell you that. But me telling you that shouldn't scare you, but it should tell you. So I'm not just going to say, I think you're going to die from cancer. No, I'm going to tell you, I see an illness, and I see you need to go see the doctor, and I see that you need to look at, oh, my friend JT, ever find true love? I'm going to look at that in just a second for you. But, hey, Gwen, miss you, girl. Anyway, so, you can get warned about things that are coming up, so you can make changes. And that's what's good about getting your cards read. So let me see if we can make some changes for JT. Is JT going to find true love? Let's see. I hope so, JT. I hope so for JT. I hope your friend will. I see. I focused on a card. Oh. Well, what it says is when I see this is the tennis. This is the nine of swords. So when I see this, this isn't a bad. It's there's really no good or bad cards. But what this tells me is that he's trying way too hard. Like he's not finding it because he's trying not to be himself. So I think that your friend, to find true love, needs to be true to himself first, and not try to model himself after someone else or another image or another, or another, like he needs to find who he is first. And once he finds that, then true love will come, because the nine of swords is all about staying awake at night, not being able to sleep because you're worried about everything. You're worried all the time. And the nine of swords is somebody who just has a hard time, they're so stressed about things that they don't find time to really look at themselves from the inside. And I think that if JT does that, I think that his love life would turn around. So do I think he'll ever find true love? Not unless he makes the changes he needs to make. And that starts first by being honest to himself and honest to what he really wants in life. Do you want a mother? Do you want a trophy wife? Or if you're gay, do you want a, what do you want? What type of guy do you want? Or girl do you want? I mean, it just depends what he wants. I mean, depends what he's into. But what it says here first, at first he has to identify into his heart who he is, accept that, and then love will find him. But I don't think he's done that yet. Okay? And a lot of times people ask, well, how, you don't psychically see what their sexuality is? No. Love is love. Love feels like love. When you feel the sensation of love, it's love. It doesn't matter if it's the same sex, different sex, whatever sex, it's the same love. So you feel love. So I usually have to ask people, what is your preferences? And I will do that in a reading. Will my little brother marry the girl he's currently dating? Let's see. Let's see what the cards say. But guys, this is not me tapping in. Y'all know that. This is strictly what I'm reading, what the cards say. And then I do a little bit of a tap in. I'm going to pull this one. I say there's a good chance. I do think there's a good chance that he will definitely consider being with this girl cards will never tell you marriage, because there's really no marriage cards, because marriage really wasn't around like we think of it when these cards came up. But what it will tell you is that is there a possibility of a long relationship? Yes. But remember, as the Wheel of Fortune can go up for somebody, it can also come back around and go down. So I would say we would have to first look at how he handles situations with this girl that he's with. But I think there's a good chance, because the Wheel of Fortune came straight up, I think it is a good chance that they will stay together for a while. And do I see my cruise in November, or Disney with my daughter? Well, you could do a Disney cruise and kill two birds with one stone. But, my daughter goes on Disney cruises all the time. I don't go because they don't gamble, and I like to gamble. So, in fact, me and Magna are going on a cruise next week. We just booked it tonight. We're going on one next week. Magna had some days off, and we haven't seen each other hardly at all this month. So we are heading on a cruise next week. It's a 4-day cruise out of Miami. We booked it just a couple hours ago. So yeah, I'm heading out on a cruise ship next week. I'm going to St. Joseph this weekend, and then next weekend I'll be on a cruise up in the Bahamas for a while. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Do I see a cruise or Disney with your daughter? Let's see. No, I don't want to go back. I want to come up here. I see this card right here. The Pope. Pope just died yesterday after meeting the vice president. But anyway, just say it. But anyway, the Hierophant. All right, so I think that looking at this, you will probably go on a cruise because the Pope is all about doing what's best for you and putting you first. Disney's going nowhere. If you've never been on a cruise before, I would say that's as a plus. So I would say to you, probably the cruise is what I would recommend because the Pope is blessing whatever decision you do make. But I think when I talk about the Pope, I kind of think about something that's personal. You know what I mean? So I kind of think that maybe you're going to do your cruise. Um, I love cruising. I mean, if and you can't, and hopefully you won't have a bad experience. Only advice I'm going to give you: wash your hands often because people are nasty. So, and a lot of people get notovirus right now. So, when you're on a cruise ship, before you eat, and a lot of cruise ships have people singing to you when you walk in. They're singing songs to you about washing your hands. So, they're up on it. So, wash your hands. Bring a lot of hand sanitizer because you're touching everything that a million other people are touching. And sometimes I do keep a mask in my pocket because if it gets too crowded, especially in the elevators, when you fit in 20 people into a small elevator, you may want to throw a mask on if somebody's coughing. I have done that just so you don't get sick and so you can enjoy your cruise. What's the best ship out of New Orleans? Well, it depends what you're looking for. Like, I love cruising so much. So if you want to just go, so know that if you go on Norwegian out of New Orleans, most all those are 7 days. There's no 3 to 4 day or 3 day or anything like that. Everything out of New Orleans is 7 days because people here were partying so hard there was a lot of trouble on ships. Just remember they used to go on drunk binges on the ships. So, but the cruises are family friendly. I like Norwegian Cruise Line. I love Carnival's a party ship. If you want to go party and you want to go have a good time, you don't have kids with you, and you just want to go let your hair down and dance and swim and just listen to music all the time, I say go Carnival. But if you want something that has a mixture of something for kids, for adults, and there's always things to do, I would say then maybe go Norwegian. Um, Cruising is a lot of fun. I never thought I would like cruising when I was growing up. As I got older, because I always liked the nightlife in cities, but I didn't realize how much nightlife is on a cruise ship. There is a lot of nightlife on a cruise ship, and so there's bars, there's casinos, there's galleries, there's activities, there's many things. There's a spa. There's many things you can do. It's a kids area just for kids with swimming, and some of them have slides now. And one we went on even had go karts where you could rent go karts and ride on the boat, round around a boat on go karts. I mean, it. We went to one in the Mediterranean, even had a bowling alley where we were able to go bowl. I mean, really. So there's a lot you can do on a cruise ship, and they have all this fine dining, and they have a lot of them have different types of restaurants you can go to. Plus, they have the main dining, then they have the buffets upstairs. I mean, it's just constant. It's just constant food and entertainment. So you'll love it. You will love it, especially if you go with a bunch of people because that gets more crazy and more fun. But I'm not a big drinker, so I go and I like to go relax and chill, and I have a couple of cocktails and just not. I mean, if I have two a day, that's plenty in the evening usually. And so I don't usually get a drink package, but when you go on Norwegian, that's included, so I can have drinks. So anyway, a little bit about cruising. So anyway, so any more questions from you guys? Because we're got a few more minutes. I can do some more questions. I got like 15 more minutes. I got to get off by 9:30. So anyway, because I have work tomorrow. Do you see a timeline when we will be moving? Well, I have a time card in here. Let's see if I can pull it. Let me see, because actually there is a time card in the tarot decks. I have a time card. Not everybody has a time card in their tarot deck. Sid does. Because Sid knows in life that you have to know, people want to know times of things. So let's see, Jamie. No problem. I might be on the same ship. I'm going this week. I'm going again. And in October, we're going to Alaska. We're not going out of New Orleans. We're going out of LA. You're going out of New Orleans. We're going to Alaska in October. And I'm going to give you a little advice. If you like to gamble, gamble on the ship, because then when you do gamble on the ship, you can get casino rates. Me and Magni are going to this cruise for 4 days. Everything's covered. Our liquor, everything. We have the highest, best internet, everything. It's under $900 for both of us for 4 days. You can't beat the price. Okay. Ooh, you're going on a busy week. Okay. Do you see when we're moving? This says if you're going to do it, you need to do it fast, not slow. If you wait, you're going to have a lot of complications in the move. So I'm saying, no, you're not missing out, Tina. You don't have to catch it on YouTube. We're just doing card readings. If you type me a question, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to read Zeta's next. Right now, I'm answering Jamie. So, Jamie, what this says, it came upside down. So, I'm going to tell you what it's telling me is move quick or you're going to have some problems. So, I'm thinking the timeline is you need to do it within the next 6 to 8 months. If you want it, if after that, it's going to be harder. So, if you're going to do it, plan it and get it done. Don't hesitate. Okay? That's my advice to you by pulling that card. Zeta, pull a card for me. Just let's see what you get. Okay. I can pull a card for you, Zeta. I do anything for Zeta. I love me some Zeta. So let's see, Zeta, what I got for you, my baby. I think I see this one for you. So, Zeta, this is the Six of Wands. This is about success and triumph. So this is about completion, like getting things done that you need to get done. It's like telling me to tell you, get things done because you need to complete things so that you can move on to something new. Stop getting caught up in things that you can't control or fix. Get those out of the way first so that you can move on to something better for yourself. And that is the card I pulled for you, Zeta. All right. Well, Tina, if you have a question, if you have a question, I'll pull a card for you. I could do that for you, Tina. You didn't miss a whole lot. This is just me practicing for tomorrow night, so y'all can think of y'all questions and come on tomorrow night. And if you can pop them up, let me see if anything popped up on the screen that I didn't see. Okay, so did you see Maria's question? I'm not seeing everybody's question. So no, I did not see Maria's question. Maria, can you type that again, love? Or can somebody else who saw her question can type it for me? I've been thinking about studying how to access the Akashic records. Would this be beneficial? Oh, that was Maria that said that? Because I don't see Maria's name on here. So I don't, maybe it's not coming through. Is she on? I know we turned off TikTok. So I think that right now it's telling you to hold tight. I think you need to develop a little bit more before you go in there and then do it. I think you can do it. I'm just saying refine what you're already working on and then move up onto that. Really? You know what? Let me look on my phone because I don't have a question from Maria on my board. I don't know why she's not coming up on the board. And I got another screen over here. Maria, let me look on Facebook, love, and see if I can see you on Facebook. See if I can find me on Facebook. No, I'm not there. Trying to find my live. Let me see if I can look on Facebook and see it. Can somebody repeat her question? Maria, for some reason, your name, are you going by a different name? I'm looking to see if I see you. Mia's there. Tia, Peggy, Tony, Susan, there's Mike. And then there's somebody else just text me. But for some reason, I am not seeing Maria's questions. Maria, I apologize if you can hear me. Oh, Pam just sent me Maria. Oh, Maria Jeanfro. Hi, said I've been thinking about studying. Okay, I got you. So Maria, that was okay. That's what I meant by that was the question. Thank you, Hannah, for copying Maria's question for me. Maria, what I'm saying to you is I would say work on refining your skills and then move into the Akashic records. That's what I would say. Thank you, Pam, for taking a picture of it and sending it to me. Somebody took a picture of her question. I have a board of questions and Stacy's on YouTube. Pull a card like you did for Zeta for Stacy. Okay. Stacy, let me pull a card for you. Glad I could answer that for you, Maria. I'm sorry that I have not, for some reason you're not coming across my board. I apologize. And thank you all for, please pitch it. If y'all see somebody else type a question that I didn't bring up, please do me a favor and type and say it's for someone. Hey, Charmaine. All right. Let's see, Stacy, what I got for you. So, Stacy, what this says is, like I did with you, this says focus on things that's going to help you transition and move forward with career type things, base type things. Become your own entrepreneur. Start looking at things that you can do to help motivate yourself to move forward with your career, because it is a wand card. Wands are about career. And the Knight is someone who's good at it and refining skills and working with their skills to create their needs. So that's what I'm going to tell you, Stacy. And then Gwen, life has been kicking me in my ass these last few months, pushing me back in the dark side. Can you pull a card to see what you get from me? Absolutely, Gwen, I can do that for you. Let's see what I get, my love. So, Gwen, I get the Page of Pentacles. And what that says is, first you have to find value in life and find value in the things that you do, and then move forward and try new things. Start recognizing the things that are important to you and putting value into it. And what that means is you don't get tied down to it, but you understand what it truly means to you. And with that, you move forward with your life. So take the little things, one thing at a time, and put value in it. Bring value back. The Page of Pentacles is all about new value. It's all about, it's not always about money, but it's about value. It's about understanding your worth, understanding what, start identifying, what you do positive for yourself. And that's what I want you to focus on, Gwen. Okay? I pulled a card just for you. See, it was a good card. There's really, like I tell people, life is not that scary. Okay, so here's another one that I'm getting over here, but not over here. And that's what might be happening. It said, on a serious note, I lost my brother on the 20th 2 years ago from murder. I keep getting lots of triple numbers, TV coming in and out. Yeah, So what's wrong with that, Miss Alfonso? Yes, that's how they communicate to you. Enjoy it. Talk back to it. Have fun with it. Thank them for coming. On a serious note, that's what, so guys, when your shell dies and your energy remains on this earth, okay, the people that carry you around, carry your energy around, they can put you into a potential phase or kinetic phase. The people on the spirit world, they don't want to feel, they feel what you feel. So they want you to enjoy life. They want you to move forward with your life. They want you to, you're welcome, Gwen. They want you to feel, love again. They want you to feel like, I get this a lot from people who lose their spouses. They're like, I can't really love no. Yes, you can. Your spouse wants you to love. Your spouse can sense your love. Your spouse that you lost knows that you love them. The people you lost, your brother, your cousin, your father, your mother, your sister, your aunt, they know you love them. And then they'll know if you didn't. They know. But then there's a healing process. So what I'm saying to you is learn to enjoy the energy. Enjoy the little signs they give you. It's him. It's him. But bring happiness back. Think about the happy moments when you see those. I just love them. Like dead people do stuff around my house all the time, and I just love it. We had some really wild stuff that happens here at my house. People who visited can tell you they've seen a lot of it. So enjoy it. Let's see. I see that. I don't know how to go back, and maybe Maria came up here when I was talking. I can't maneuver this one. I can't maneuver. I cannot. The second screen that I got over here doesn't allow me to go up or down. Only this one does. So if I don't catch something that comes on this screen, sometimes it's hard for me to see. But so let's see. Anybody else? So I'm gonna be doing this again tomorrow night. So I want you guys to okay. So Charmaine, a lot going on in my life. It's changing by the minute. Well, ask me a question, Charmaine. No, I did not see. The only thing that I see from you is you saying that a lot going on in my life because it's changing by the minute, but I did not see your question. Do you have a question or something you want me to focus on when I pull a card for you? Trying to see if I see it over there. Nope, didn't see it over there. I'm gonna wait a minute for you. And guys, again, like I said, I'm gonna be doing this again tomorrow night, so at 8 o'clock. So I want you guys to get some good questions and let's really rock and roll with it. Okay, your job and career going. So let's see. Let's see what I get. Well, it says here that the Emperor's all about you taking control of the situation. That it's telling me that that's what you need to do, that you're just going where you can right now and you're allowing things just to happen, but start taking control. The Emperor likes to take control of things. The Emperor likes to know every move that's coming next. So what I'm saying to you when I see this is to start taking ownership and control in it. And I think that if you focus on what you can do and start working with building your resume or building your skills on what you want to learn, that this is the route you should go. Now, I know what your job used to be. Are you still in that same job with that friend of ours that has that place across the lake? Or has that changed now? So you're not there anymore? I didn't think so, because I when I was pulling the card, I said, I bet you she's not there. But I kind of feel you need to figure out what it is you want. If you would like, Charmaine, I recommend that you might want to book a 30-minute free consultation with me through Stacy, and we can talk about your strengths, your weaknesses privately, and then you can book a 30-minute free session. Those are free. Right. I figured that changed. The minute you asked the question, that popped into my head. So I figured that's what was going on. So what I'm going to say to you is go ahead and make that appointment, and we can talk about your strengths, your weaknesses, and I can give you some different things to try and to look at. Okay? And we'll talk about that. I don't think we need to put that all over the internet. But anyway, so I pulled that, and that's what that means. It means that you need to start taking more control of it and not being told what you should do. You need to take control of what you're willing to do and what you're going to do. Okay? I love you too, sweetheart. I love people in general. I really don't hate. I really hate no one. I got to say that to people. I have no hate in me at all. I understand people, and I get a lot of times what they're going through, and I know that times are tough, and some people just have issues dealing with things. I mean, I went through all of that. I still go through it at times. I have bad days. I have good days, but it's just in a day's work. So that's just life. All right, folks. It is 9:30. And so I am going to sign out for now. I will be on tomorrow night. Please get your questions prepared and be ready, because we're going to rock and roll it tomorrow night. And don't forget, we have the bus tour is posted on my website. For those that want to go on the bus tour, we've already sold 7 tickets, and I barely posted it, so I think it's going to sell out. There's only 20 seats. So if you want to get on the Haunted Mimosas, Mediums, Murders, and Mayhem tour, you need to go book it. So until tomorrow night, good night, everybody. Pam, love you. Thank you for sending me that. Get you some questions tomorrow night, Pam, if you want me to answer.